G. If we have no comments or no question here, so Kamriya Sahib had sent a question that how do we understand Imam's Talika, which came about a few weeks ago, in which Imam says that we will build for the future, we should plan to build for the future from the position of strength and wisdom. And then Amina sent another Farman which came in yesterday or day before yesterday, in which Imam says that we must remain strong and prepare to build, and to build well when this crisis passes. So how do we understand these Farmans? Because they are both very similar question. Remember that there are always opportunity in good times and the bad times. So Imam is telling us, number one is telling us, do not waste your time and do not lose your focus. Build yourself. So when you come out on the other side, you will come out strongly. अब ये strong का जो word है और build well का word है, तो हम किस तरह से ज़्यादा strong होंगे? How we will be more stronger on the other side? How can we build today so we can pass through this crisis strongly? What preparation do we do to build this strength, to build well? अगर कोई आदमी जो दुनिया का सोचता है तो वो कहेगा कि at the end of this, what new opportunity will present itself? Because the world will be different on the other side. The thinking, the process going forward will be different than it is today. So, if a person who's just thinking of the world, the worldly material benefit, he will say, okay, let me do something so I can be better off on the other side. And I'm not saying there is anything wrong with that thinking. But because Imam is our spiritual father and a spiritual guidance, and he wanted to guide us into the spiritual side also. So then let's think on the other side. Imam is saying, because you have time today and you have the opportunity, because willingly you are not able to do what you can do today unwillingly. क्योंकि पहले हमारे पास बहुत एक्सक्यूज थे, हम बिजी है, हमारा जॉब बहुत डिमांडिंग है, हमारी दुनिया बहुत डिमांडिंग है. We had all kind of excuses. We had no shortage of excuses. So when there was time to do things willingly, we were not able to do it. But today, there is no excuse. We have hardly anything to do. Yes, of course, we still have to work. Most of us are still going to work. Some of us are not going to work. But we still are working one way or the other. घर का काम खत्म नहीं हो गया है. We still have to cook and eat and all that. But we do have much more time to reflect. So I'm going to give you one of the example. Well, I have to go to Jamaat morning and evening. I have to get up early in the morning, so I cannot come to the classes. In the evening, I have a duty, I cannot come to the classes. I have this and I have that. Remember all the excuses we could think of, we brought it up that I cannot do. But today we have no excuse. So what excuse do we have today? None. So Imam is saying, then build on this. Make yourself stronger in your spiritual, in your ilmi level. So when you come out on the other side, you will not be stuck in Shariat only. You will not be stuck in the excuses. You will be strong in your soul, in your thought, in your spiritual endeavor. एक फरमान मुझे याद आता है, in which Imam Aka Sultan Muhammad Shah, may our soul be sacrificed to the Imam, says कि मोमिन हर हमेशा खुशी में होता है क्योंकि वो नूरानी मस्ती में होता है. Momin is always happy because he is intoxicated with Nuraniyat, with spiritual life. If we build ourselves and we become strong today in our soul and in our spirit, in our intellectual ilmi level, then when we come out on the other side, which will give us lot of opportunity to continue to build and continue to help others, our brothers and sisters in Jamaat. We are fortunate, we are truly fortunate that Imam Zaman has blessed us with these ilmi sessions, blessed us with his farameen, with his khanavadans, with his mercy, and with all the understanding that we have today due to this ilm. That we don't have to only think of the building and taking advantage of it materially, but also spiritually. So if we build ourselves, we will be strong. So let's read this, both of this Farman one more time. We must remain strong. First, we must remain strong in our faith. Because there will be people who will lose their faith due to this crisis. So first, we must remain strong. Point number one. Number two, and prepare to build. Prepare ourselves to build. Physical build, sure, why not? But spiritually build. And Imam says to build well. So दो तरह से build करना है. एक build करना है और एक build well करना है. क्योंकि अगर खाली हम थोड़ा थोड़ा build करेंगे, सुस्ती करेंगे, being lazy, then we will not be able to build well. So Imam saying build well. So when this crisis passes, we will have the opportunity to get ahead. So let's look at the second Farman, in which Imam says that Jamaat and all my institution should plan to build for the future from the position of strength. क्योंकि हमने build well क्या होगा? So from the position of the strength, physical and spiritual, and then from the wisdom. From the wisdom. आपने देखा कि यहाँ पर इमाम डायरेक्टली इल्म, नॉलेज एंड विजडम की तरफ इशारा कर रहे हैं. बिकॉज अगर हमारे पास इल्म ही नहीं होगा तो हमारे पास विजडम कहाँ से होगा? So thank you so much for sending this to Farman and the question. Give me 1 second. If anybody has a question, go and ask. Let me read this message. So if there is any question. G, do we have any question? Ji. So do we have any question or any comments? Or anybody wanted to add anything to this? नवीन साहब आप कुछ बोलना पसंद करेंगे? जी यहाँ पर एक क्वेश्चन जो कनाडा से आया है. यस, फॉर दिस आदम वाज ही इमाम और द प्रॉफिट ऑफ इमाम not possible since he cannot make mistake, but then if prophet, nothing can exist without imam. So how do I understand this? So let me understand this question first. That are you saying that prophet cannot be without the imam? And if this was a prophet, you're talking about he made some kind of mistake, and how can he make a mistake? If that's your question, then the answer is that what we see as a mistake, because we are not spiritually nor intellectually, we are not spiritually nor intellectually as high as the prophet and the imams. So sometime when we see them doing something, we think there is a mistake with our akle garizi, the lower intellect. Remember, they are akle kul, with the total intellectual at the highest level. So when they do something, there is always and always a wisdom in it. And I'll give you a couple of examples here. There are 25 mentions of prophets in Quran. And if you read the Quran closely, Allah talks about the mistakes of each one of those prophets. What? A prophet? Each one of them made a mistake? Did they not learn from the previous prophet and not repeat the mistakes? Were they not listening to Allah? Were they not one with Allah? How they become prophet if they were making mistakes? See, that's how Allah gives His symbol to those who are not paying attention to His knowledge and His ilm. Al-Zahir ke liye, for the people of the book, this may be the story and this may be the understanding, that every prophet had made a mistake. All 25 mentioned in Quran, Allah said they made a mistake. If they were making mistake, then what about us? Poor us. Where are we going to go? How are we going to become pure and not make any mistake when our prophet were making mistakes? No. This is lack of our understanding. Those are the examples given in the Quran for us to learn. For us to learn. Otherwise, they are pure, they are the highest, they are one with the Imam. Nauzubillah, today you will even hear that Imam is doing this and that, because with our little bit intellect, which hardly anything, we think Imam is doing this and why not that. हम इमाम को सिखाने जाते हैं, हम इमाम की मिस्टेक्स को पकड़ने जाते हैं. We are trying to find the things in Imam as people were finding things in their prophet in their respected time. लोग अपने इमामों को और अपने prophets को criticize करते हैं without understanding. And there is ayat in Quran, it says that they are fighting about their Lord. And then next line says, without any knowledge and without any wisdom. So ये कोई mistake नहीं थी, लेकिन इंशाल्लाह I will ask Nevin Saiba to share some lectures with you so you may understand the actions and then reaction of Allah, the Imam of the time, when Adam was going through these trials and turbulence, so you may understand further. Then again, if you have more question, do ask her. Inshallah, we will cover here or individually. Thank you for asking beautiful question. And if this was not the question the way I understood, my apology. Do send question again. G. Anyone else?
Yeah, just wanted to add, there are a few new friends today, so if they want, they can just approach and we can go ahead and send them these sessions. And if you want to add something for our new friends.
Thank you, Nevin Saiba. So I did not know we had more fans or the first time or first comers today. First of all, welcome. May Mola be with you. May Mola give you tawfiq, ta'id, himmat wa yari to learn and understand this ilm. Please do connect with Nevin Saiba and send her your question or whatever you wanted to listen to. Whatever subject interests you, about knowledge, about ibadat, about jamaatana, about imam, about prophet, whatever you like to learn, get in touch with her and she will share whatever is your need, whatever you require to move forward. You can send in the group directly, or you can send it to her individually, and we will try to answer whatever question you have. If Imam gives us permission and Imam gives us tawfiq and himmat to do so. Remember, all this ilm belongs to the Imam of the time. We are just poor servant of the Imam of the time, and collectively we are friends and we are all one, and we are all trying to reach to the same level to become close to the Imam of the time. So thank you, Nevin Saiba, for mentioning this, and welcome friends. उम्मीद है कि आप इन क्लासेस के अंदर बढ़ चढ़ कर हिस्सा लेंगे और अच्छी तरह से नोट्स बनाएंगे. So whenever you come to these classes, make sure you have paper and pencil in your hand so you can take notes, take good notes, and then you can ask question. There is no question small or bad question. अगर question में कोई खराबी भी है, so it is our job to fix the question, make the question right, and then move forward with it. G.
Yeah, there's one more question on the chat if you want to respond to that.
Let me see. You want to go and read that to us?
Yeah, the question is, can you please elaborate more about the Farman about Imam making us his dais in his recent Diamond Jubilee Farmans?
Thank you. So there are two different ranks of Dai. So let's understand it with this, that when Imam say that I am making you Dai, my Jamaat is my Dai. So first, this is the invitation. हमें invitation देने में आता है. कि you become like my dais. So what is dai? What does dai do? What does dai have? Are we Imam's dai? Remember, the dai has the knowledge, a zahiri and batini knowledge. The ilm on ilmul yaqeen level, the certainty of knowledge, and ilm on ainul yaqeen level, the serenity of the eye. यानी कि उनके ज़ाहिर और बातिन से दोनों जगह से they have taken the knowledge to become a dai. So what Imam is inviting us to is saying, make yourself like a dai. Learn about your tariqah, learn about your religion, and have all the knowledge so you may become like a dai. So यहाँ इसको कहते हैं कि ये दुआया टाइटल है. This is a title with a blessing. दुआया टाइटल उर्दू के अंदर और इंग्लिश के अंदर the title with the blessing. So Imam saying, I would like you to be my dai. So learn, 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 learn. In one of the Karachi Garden Jamasana, in Diamond Jubilee, Imam repeated this 11 times. Learn, 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 learn. 11 times. So when you learn, you become a dai. So now this dai is a potential dai. Potential dai का क्या मतलब होता है कि वो अभी तक एक्चुअल नहीं हुआ है, उसके अंदर ये कुव्वत है. He has the strength to become actual dai, but he has not become actual dai, but he is potentially a dai. ठीक है. अब let's say that you do become actual dai, then your next question should be, well, there is no dawat in Ismaili tariqa. हम किसी को भी दावत करने नहीं जा रहे हैं, हम किसी को इस्माइली नहीं बनाते हैं आज, तो मैं दाई बन के क्या करूँगा, क्योंकि दाई का काम था कि वो लोगों को इस्माइली बनाए, जबकि हमारे मज़हब में आज दावत बंद है. So what I'm going to do when I become a dai? So my friends, we have forgotten that dawat never stops. Today the dawat is not outward, यानी कि हम बाहर दावत करने नहीं जाते हैं. Today दावत is inward. हम अपने भाई बहनों को तरीके की तरफ, इमाम की तरफ, अपने मज़हब की तरफ दावत देंगे. So when we become a dai, we will not go outside and convert others to become Ismaili, but we will go to our brother and sister within the Jamaat, within the family, within the friends, and give them the dawat toward the recognition of the Imam. Remember this word. We will give them dawat toward recognition of the Imam. And that is the Imam's farman, that I wish my Jamaat will recognize me. ये है आज हमारी दावत. This is the दावत that we will be giving if we become actual dai. So ये मतलब था दाई का. There are some lectures previously given on this matter. I would ask Nevin Saiba to do share this lectures with the whomever like to listen to it again, and especially with the person who's asking question. Ji. Any other comments or question?
I have a question about Surah 4 Ayat 1, and it might be related to the previous question somewhat. I'm just trying to understand because the verse talks about mankind, looks like in totality, all of mankind, and then it mentions it was created from a single soul, which normally we're understanding here to be Adam. But the question is then, according to some, Adam existed about, let's say, 7,000 years ago. So is this verse also talking about all of humankind came until today, was created from that particular individual we call Adam? Or how does that work? Was that referred to the people at that time, today? Does it really refer to Adam, or some other different understanding? Because it just seems a little bit strange to think that all of us were created one individual at a particular point in history. So that's my question, I think. Maybe you might want to correct the question a little bit.
Thank you, Kyal. Beautiful question. Okay. So when we, as an Ismaili, as the Al-Batin, when we talk about we are not talking about the physical creation. We are always talking about spiritual creation. Now this is a hard subject to understand, but give me a couple of minutes and I will try. So Adam, first we're going to talk about Adam as Sarandeepi. Adam of the Sarandeep, जिसको आज श्रीलंका कहते हैं. The Adam of Sri Lanka, he was already born, he was a young man, he was a farmer, and then when he received the Ismi Azam from the Imam of his time, when he practiced, then Allah made him, he was born again. When Allah blew his nur, his soul, into him, and then he became alive in the true sense. True sense. आज हम जिंदा तो हैं, we may look like alive, but spiritually we are dead. So when we follow the Imam and his Ismi Azam and his Farman, then Imam will do same for us. What he had done for the Adam historically. What he will do? He will blow his soul into us. And he will do that twice. Amazingly. Just like we are born twice, physically and spiritually, he will also blow his soul into us twice. First time, he will blow his soul into us when he will give us the Ismi Azam physically. Second time, he will blow his soul and his nur into us when we progress in this Ismi Azam, in our ibadat. Then he will blow another soul into us, his nur. And then we will become truly alive, spiritually. Now, when we become spiritually alive, I don't know how to translate it into English. तो क्या हमारे सर के ऊपर सिंग निकल आएंगे जब हम दोबारा से रूहानी तौर पर पैदा हो जाएंगे? We will not grow wings. We will not grow the horns on top of our head when we are spiritually alive, when Imam blows his soul and nur into us. We will look the same as yesterday, as before. So when Allah talks about insan, कि हर इंसान को, because it is in common, al-nas का word use किया गया है. O al-nas, I have made all of you from one single soul. Allah, हर इंसान को, every single human, He made them with His own one single soul, physically today. Tomorrow, when we do our ibadat and when we enhance our spiritual steps, as we get closer and closer to the nur of Imam, he will again blow his soul, that single soul, into us, and He will make us alive in our spirit, in our spiritual journey. हम दोबारा से एक मरतबा रूहानियत के अंदर, in our spiritual life, we will become alive, and that is the interpretation of the Ismaili Tariqa and our Dai and Peers of this ayat. That this is the mention of the spiritual birth, not of a physical birth. So was this your question? Then this is your answer.
Okay, thank you. I'll reflect on it a little bit more. I might ask that question again next time.
Sure. Thank you. Anyone else? अगर नहीं तो यहाँ पर हम अपना सेशन ख़त्म करेंगे. Thank you everybody for joining us. And if you do have a question, please send it to Nevin Saiba or send it on a group and share with us. If not, or if you wanted to talk about any other subject next week, then we can take that subject also. जी बरकत भाई, आप कुछ कह रहे हैं?
मैं एक कमेंट देना चाहता हूँ यहाँ पे. अजीज भाई, वो एक ख्याल के क्वेश्चन से पहले किसी स्टूडेंट ने दाई के बारे में पूछा था उसकी समझ के लिए, और आपने बहुत अच्छी एग्जांपल दी थी. तो इसकी मैं एनालॉजी और उसको ऐड ऑन करना चाहता हूँ. आपने ऑलरेडी बता दिया कि हमें एक पोटेंशियली दाई का दर्जा दिया गया है, हमें इसको एक्चुअलाइज करना है. तो दुनियावी एग्जांपल के अंदर हम एक दाई को एक बीज के तौर पे, एक सीड के तौर पे, दरख्त के हम समझ सकते हैं कि इमाम ने कहा कि तुम बहुत बड़े दरख्त बन सकते हो, तुम्हारे अंदर वो सलाहियत मौजूद है, लेकिन मैं एक बीज के तौर पे तुम्हें रिप्रेजेंटेशन देता हूं कि तुम्हारे अंदर वो ताकत है कि तुम अपने आप को दरख्त में चेंज कर सकते हो. लेकिन बीज जो है वो दरख्त उस वक्त तक नहीं बन सकता जब तक अपने आप को जमीन के अंदर फना ना कर दे, जमीन की तमाम मिनरल्स को अपने अंदर जज्ब न करे, पानी अपने अंदर न लेता रहे टाइम पे, सूरज की गर्मी अपने अंदर टाइम पर न ले, हवा न ले, और बीज कुछ भी ना करे और जमीन पर ऐसा ही पड़ा रहे, तो वो बीज जो है वो कभी भी दरख्त नहीं बन सकता. बीज को दरख्त बनने के लिए अपने आप को जमीन के अंदर जाना होगा, अपने आप को फना करना होगा, और कुदरती तौर पे जो जो चीजें उसको जरूरत की है अगर वो टाइम पे लेता रहेगा तो थोड़े अरसे के बाद वो अपने आप को उस बीज में से एक छोटा सा दरख्त और आस्ते आस्ते बहुत बड़ा दरख्त अपने आप को बना सकता है, और उसी दरख्त में से लाखों और करोड़ों और फल और बीज पैदा कर सकता है. तो इमाम ने हमें दाई का जो मर्तबा दिया है वो डेफिनेटली पोटेंशियल दाई है, लेकिन उसको एक्चुअलाइज करने के लिए हमें उस कुदरती निजाम को समझना होगा और अपने अंदर अपनाना होगा. और इमाम ने कहा कि एक ही सूरत है कि जिस तरह आम बीज को कुदरती तौर पे तमाम चीजों की, हवा, मिनरल्स, सनलाइट की जरूरत है, तो इस दाई को एक्चुअलाइज करने के लिए तुम्हें हमारे रूहानियत का जो मिनरल है, रूहानियत का जो इल्म है, अगर वो तुम नहीं लोगे तो तुम दाई नहीं बन सकोगे. टाइटल तो मैंने तुम्हें दे दिया है, लेकिन एक्चुअलाइज करना जो है वो तुम्हारा काम है. तो हमारा फर्ज है कि इस किस्म की जो हम रोजाना इल्मी सेशन में आते हैं, एवरी संडे आते हैं, बाकी के टाइम पे भी हमें बहुत सारे लेक्चर्स मिलते हैं, तो रेगुलर बेसिस पे इन लेक्चर्स को हम सुनते रहेंगे. तो व्हाट वी आर डूइंग इज वी आर एक्चुअलाइजिंग आवरसेल्व्स टू बी द actual die in the eye of the Imam. Thank you.
بہت نوازش. تمام ساتھیوں کو ایک بار پھر یا علی مدد. بہت نوازش. See you all next Sunday. یا علی مدد. یا علی مدد.